Hello and welcome everyone. Today we are going to study the histology of the gallbladder. So let's study about our today's topic. So gallbladder is a blind muscular sac that is situated on the visceral surface of liver in the fossa on the inferior surface. So where we can get the gallbladder in the inferior surface of the liver, we'll get the gallbladder in the fossa. So what is the function of gallbladder? The function of gallbladder is to store and concentrate the bile. So bile is discharged into the duodenum through the cystic duct, which joins the common hepatic duct to form the common bile duct. We will see everything in this diagram. So let's go to the diagram. This is the diagram. This is the porta hepatis from which the left and right hepatic duct originates. After origination, they both join together and they form the common hepatic duct. After that, this structure is the gallbladder. This is the gallbladder here. Okay, this is the gallbladder. So now the gallbladder has three parts. So this is the fundus, this one is the body, and the neck. From the neck region of the gallbladder arises the cystic duct, and through this cystic duct the gallbladder secretes the bile into the bile duct, and this is the bile duct, and here is the pancreatic duct, which is shown in yellow color, and this green color, it is been shown the bile duct. Now the wall of the gallbladder is made up of three layers. So the inner layer is the mucous membrane, the middle layer is the fibromuscular coat, and the outer layer is the serous layer. So what are the three layers? Number one, the mucous membrane, then the fibromuscular layer, and then the outer is the serous layer. The mucous membrane. The mucous membrane is thrown into numerous folds, which gives the surface a honeycomb-like appearance. Now the mucosa contains the lamina propria and the epithelium, and it is devoid of muscularis mucosa, mucosal glands, and lymphatic vessels. Means in the mucous membrane there will be the lamina propria and the epithelium, and there will be no muscularis mucosa, mucosal gland, or any lymphatic vessel. Now what is the lining epithelium? Now the mucous membrane is lined by the simple columnar epithelium with microvilli showing striated border. So the lining epithelium for gallbladder is the simple columnar epithelium with microvilli. The mucous membrane does not contain any goblet cell in contrast to the small intestine. In small intestine, the mucous membrane contains goblet cells, whereas in gallbladder there is no goblet cell. So let's see those in the diagram. So this is the diagram. So here we can see the simple columnar epithelium, which is the lining epithelium. After that, the lamina propria, the mucosal folds, and some blood vessels present. Next layer is the fibromuscular coat. Now fibromuscular coat, the muscularis externa is made up of mainly connective tissue. Now what are these connective tissue? These connective tissues are the collagen and elastic fibers with some amount of smooth muscle. So here we can see the muscularis externa is made up of both connective tissue and smooth muscle. So this is known as the fibromuscular coat. Now the smooth muscle fibers are arranged in random direction. There is no proper direction or proper arrangement. They are arranged in a random fashion. So let's see that. So this is the fibromuscular layer or the fibromuscular coat. So our next layer is the serous layer. Now serous layer has a lining of mesothelium, that is the peritoneum, resting on connective tissue. Now mesothelium lining is resting on the connective tissue. Also contains some large blood vessels, some lymphatic network, and nerve plexus, along with some elastic fibers and adipose tissue. Means in the serous layer we can find large number of or large sized blood vessels, some lymphatic networks, some nerve plexus, along with some elastic fiber and adipose tissue. The fundus and the lower surface of the body of the gallbladder is covered by the serosa. Whereas the upper surface is attached to the fossa for the gallbladder by means of connective tissue, which is the adventitia, which is the adventitia. So the fundus and lower surface of the body of the gallbladder, it is being covered by the serosa layer, and the upper surface that is attached to the fossa, that fossa is present in the inferior surface of the liver. Now that surface is attached by means of some connective tissue, which is known as the adventitia. So this is the serosa layer, here the connective tissue, and some nerve fibers are also present. So now we'll go towards the microscopic view of the gallbladder. So in the microscopic view, we can first identify the lining epithelium, that is the simple columnar epithelium, then some mucosal folds. This is a mucosal fold, this is a mucosal fold. After that, the lamina propria. Now these three are, so these three structures are combined and these are making the mucous membrane. After that, our next layer will be the fibromuscular layer. We can see that this region is the fibromuscular layer. This region is the fibromuscular layer, which is made up of fibrous tissue and fibrous connective tissue and muscular tissue, that is the smooth muscle tissues or smooth muscle fibers. Then comes the third layer, and this layer is the serosa layer, the outermost layer. This is the serosa layer. This region is the serosa layer. Okay, so now let's move towards the identification points. So the gallbladder has the three layers: inner mucous membrane, then the middle fibromuscular, and the outer serous layer. Now mucous membrane is lined by tall columnar cells with a striated border, and their mucosa is highly folded, and some of the folds might look like villi, the villi. Or we can also say that in the previously we have studied that there can be presence of microvilli. Now crypts can be found in the lamina propria. In this slide we could not see any crypt, but there can be presence of crypts. Now muscle coat, the muscle coat is poorly developed with numerous connective tissue. This is poorly developed because there is both the connective tissue and the muscle fibers, which are interspread among the muscle, and these together form the fibromuscular coat. So with this we end up our today's topic, that is the histology of gallbladder. Hope you guys liked the video. So subscribe the channel and share among your friends. Thank you all. See you in our next video.